Welcome to Awesome DIY Websites, how to create a logo or a banner for your Awesome DIY website. First of all, pick the design that you actually want to use. If you're going to be using blank templates, you will notice that we have included in the preview sections how large your logo size actually needs to be, both in pixels and centimeters, and it's the same for the banner space as I'm indicating here. You need to write these sizes down. If you want to be using one of the design templates, as I'm indicating here, there will be in the Choose Design section a downloadable manual that will tell you what those sizes are. Please refer to that manual to find out what the sizes are that you're going to need when you're going into Photoshop. If you're not using Photoshop, you will need to refer to your manual on how to actually do the resizing and creation of your banners in there. For our purposes, we're going to use the blank template. So first of all, you need to go to your Photoshop. And once it's actually opened, you will then need to create a new space with the correct sizes for your logos and your banners. Close that first window and then go to File, New. Let's type in logo. The width of the logo is 154 in this instance, and the height is 134. If you want it in pixels or in centimeters, just click on this little drop down on the right hand side and make your selection from there. Please ensure it's 72 dots per inch and that it is set on RGB, which is the web setting required. For this purpose, we're going to stay with a white background. If you choose a background color, it will be whatever it is that you've got in these two little squares. The one that's sitting behind it is the background color. I will show you how to actually change that in a moment. Please click OK. You now have the right size for your logo. Let us now go and open our logo and click on OK. What you want to do is sometimes you will find that your logo may not be in the right mode. In which case what you do is you click on Image, Mode, and make sure that it's set to the web format, which is RGB. Once you've got that, ensure that you have now got your little move tool indicated on the floating palette. Click on that, go to this little window on the right hand side where it is set on layers. If it's not set on layers, you need to click on that so that you can see this window. Once you have got that, pick it up with your mouse and simply drag it onto your area that you're going to be using for your logo space. Quite often that the image or the logo is actually too large for the window, so what you do is you click Control and T. Move it over, hit the Shift key with your finger on your keyboard and grab the corner to be able to resize it. If you don't hold the Shift key down, you'll find that your logo will distort. All you need to do is use your arrow keys to then center and move your logo to wherever you want. If you want to change the color of the background, double click on this little square here, pick your color, whatever it might be, and hit OK. See these little two arrows? Click on that. If you ever want to shift it around. But for these purposes, what we want to do is we want to ensure that we are going to have our little bucket tool. If you don't see your bucket tool on the floating palette, click on the little bottom arrow on the right hand side. Sometimes it's set to gradient tool. You want to make sure that it's on bucket tool. We now know that we're on the bucket tool, and we want to ensure that we fill the background and not the logo. This is where our logo layer is, and this is where our background layer is. We want to change the background color. We have our little bucket tool, as you can see there. Fill that, and now we have our background color. However, I don't want that background color, so I'm now going to go and change it again. Double click on that little window, little square, click on the color that I want, which is white, click OK. Ensure that I'm on the background color, ensure that I have my little bucket key, and I click on that again, and we're OK. We can now save that logo as a PSD. What this means, it's a Photoshop file, which enables you to save the image and come back at any time to do any changes. However, you need to have this image as a JPEG. So what you want to do now is you want to go to Layer and you want to flatten the image. You will now notice on the right hand side that we no longer have any layers. Go to File, Save As, and you want to select JPEG. logo.jpg and save. Your logo is now ready to be uploaded to your Awesome DIY website. Let's close those windows and now go to create a banner. Let's call this banner. The width is going to be 634, wide in pixels. Again, the same principles apply, either in centimeters or pixels. The height is 134. Again, it's in pixels. 72 dots per inch, plus make sure that it's set at RGB. Again, we're going to stick with a white background and we're going to click OK. Go and find your images that you want to include. For this purpose, we're going to have a very smart lady. And we'll open that. And then we will go to some nice balancing rocks. Go to your Move tool. Click on the image that you actually want to move in. Pick this up. Drag it onto your site. Quite often images are already set as JPEG, so you don't need to change the mode. Let's make her the right size by going Control-T on your keyboard, moving it down with your Move tool, and make sure that your Shift key is held down while you drag the corner. And you just keep on doing that. If you don't hold that Shift key down, you'll find that the image will distort. When you're happy with that, you simply double click it and the resize box changes and goes away. We've now finished with the little lady, so let's now go over to our rocks. Click on the image, ensure that it's on the Move tool, go to your background color and your layers, pick it up and drag it over into your area. Same again, go Control-T. You want to move it, Control-T, there we go, we just move it. Ensure your Shift key is held down, double click, and just move it into whatever position you feel see fit to do. Double click when you're ready, and you're all good. Say now that you actually want to add some text. Let's pick some nice green text to go with that. What you will find is that there's a new layer that's been added in there. Okay, you go to the text, click on wherever it is that you actually want. You'll notice there on the right hand side that there's a little T, and we're going to say Life Coaching New Zealand. Now you'll notice that that has disappeared behind image. This is one of the features of Photoshop. You have a number of layers and you can simply move them up and down to wherever you want. If you want to hide something, you can shift it behind the image that's floating there before. We want to have the text sitting at the top of the images. If you ever want to change the text, click on it in your little right hand floating window and change the font to whatever it is that you want. This is a useful feature if you do not want to be using the standardized web fonts that are limited on the internet, which we already have in the creation tool. You just simply do not enter your text and it will go in as blank. But if you want to have something where it's unusual font, this is a good place to actually have it. Select whatever font it is and make it part of your actual image. I'm quite happy with that text as it is, and we'll go Life Coaching New Zealand. We now go File, Save, and we're going to have that as a PSD. If you want to have it in a different format, you can do, but we're going to keep it in its layered format so we can come back here at any time and do some more changes as we see fit. However, we do want to actually save this in a JPEG format for the net. So what we want to do is we want to flatten the layer, go to Layer, flatten that image. You'll now notice all the images are on one background, and now you go File, Save As, and make it a JPEG by selecting on the drop down JPEG. Make sure it's called banner.jpg. You can call it whatever you like. Just remember where you've saved it. Hit OK, and you now have your logo and your banner ready for your awesome website. It's that simple. Thank you very much for joining us on this awesome DIY website tutorial on how to find out how to upload your logo and your banner yourselves.